Welcome to the first episode of Into the Torii Gate. It is the Thomasian Nihon Kyoukai podcast, and I am your Charles Heras from Behavioral Science.
I'm OJ Tan from Marketing Management.
And I'm Via Tan, also from Behavioral Science.
And we will be your casters. So guys, join us as we talk about things about in Japan. Okay, so for our first topic for today, we are going to talk about Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. But before we jump right into it, I think it's good to know a little bit things about us, don't you think, POJ?
Yeah, for sure. So, and any of you have any personal experiences with anime?
I guess we hear from the point. So the thing that I can say about anime, or at least what anime got me into, is let's see, Death Note. At least that's what I considered my very first anime. And its genre is about psychological and mystery and solving stuff. So it's kind of interesting. How about you, Tivia?
For me, it was Boku no Hero Academia. It's also action. Also has some kind of mystery elements involved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and also like superpowers, superheroes, that kind of genre.
Yeah, this is actually very cool and very colorful anime. How about you, KOJ? We got back to you. So, what's your answer? What's yours?
So, for me, I was like a really little kid back then. First anime I watched was Ranma, one half. And then I also watched typical shonen anime, like when in that time, like Naruto, Bleach.
Yeah,
so
the OG ones.
Elementary, it's like Hayate, the Combat Butler, that kind of thing. It's things from Animax, basically, whatever you can find there. At that time, I was watching it, maybe.
Yeah, actually, well, since wala kaming cable nun, I only started, I think, around 2014, 2015. Kailan kayo nag-start? Via?
I think I started maybe around that time as well, or basta high school. But but like it was my dad who introduced me to anime of his time. So yung mga robot na anime like Mazinger Z and Voltes 5.
Mom.
Yes, Mamex. I like those.
Mga tito anime.
What ito anime sila pero mga
so
still.
ancient.
They still bring some coolness from imagination and robots. Diba? Yeah, about you kayo, Jay. Tingin mo mga kailan? Kasi yung mga binanggit mo, they're really
Ano na ako eh.
old.
BI mga pinsan ko eh, so I was like 3.
3 years old?
You're 5.
Or 5. Alright. Actually, ang good thing, ang ganda nga, I think, in my opinion, pinakamagandang influence is yung kay Ate V eh. I mean, like, diba, passing na lang siya ng tatay niya sa kanya. So it's like, on to the next generation.
Really? Yeah.
Diba? Parang,
Legit.
at some point, that's what we wish, na something to pass things to us over. Diba? Well, with all that, do you notice do you know any mainstream anime in the past?
Mainstream anime.
Kasi like, go ahead.
Stuff like Naruto and One Piece.
Does Beyblade count?
Yes.
Oh, that's an anime. I thought it was just used anime style.
Well, it's still considered around the mainstream naman.
It was. Wait, I mean, it was still an anime, but I don't know whether or not it was mainstream. That and then Bakugan, those two.
Okay, actually, isa din sa mga parang inaantay. Napanood yung Bakugan sa mga I think Channel 23. Mga inaantay mga, kahit mga Tagalog dub pa siya, di ba? We're in there for the plot.
I was there for the toys. No, I'm kidding.
But actually, we were young to even consider for the plot. It's basically for the toys and the awesome moves, diba? Well, jumping from back then to currently, to the current time, anime alam ba kayo, or do you know anything about the mainstream anime currently? Action thing,
Like-
as much as possible.
Like this season, or are we gonna?
No, I think in general mainstream for now.
So we're going Kimetsu no Yaiba, Attack on Titan.
Yes.
We're going to that. We're going there.
Yes, actually.
Start out online, that kind of thing.
Actually, yes. So, diba, parang what do you know about specifically Attack on Titan and Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer?
Well, they were okay. The Kimetsu no Yaiba is the newer one between the two of them, because Attack on Titan was like the first season of its anime was around 2013, something like that. I was still 13 at the time, and it took the world by storm. Basically, everyone was like, "You gotta watch this new show. It's cool." And it even influenced people who weren't into anime to get to watching that. I don't know if you guys had that, like in the school where everyone was wearing a recon, like the Survey Corps jacket,
Yung kulay brown.
or the bag or whatever, the one or the two. But yeah, it had a big impact, especially in the Philippines, because it's like all of a sudden everyone's into anime now. Everyone's an otaku. I'm like, whoa, what happened? I thought I was a weird one. Now everyone's weird. What?
Yeah, actually parang na-imagine ko tuloy sa mga convention, mga cosplay convention. So parang biglang nagkaroon ng Survey Corps in real life. Mga naka-fully costume sila, di ba? Kukulang na lang doon, mga nag-swing doon, mga mayroon talagang real life 3D maneuver gear, di ba? Well, how about you, Tivia? What do you know about these two anime?
My friends are into Attack on Titan, although one of them only knows it on more of a surface level, but my other friend is more of a talagang fan talaga siya. So she tells us about Attack on Titan, like how it's so interesting and plot twists and stuff like that.
Actually, the plot twist, especially in the first season, diba? This is I'm referring for Attack on Titan. We all know the trope of every anime plot, like, this character, this MC won't die, won't get hurt, because well, may character nga yun eh. Diba? Pero few episodes into the first season of Attack on Titan, that yung episode, I forgot, do you know kay OJ anong episode yun?
Which one? Attack on Titan?
Yung nag-switch si Eren and si Armin.
Nag-switch si...
in the first one.
Oh no.
Sorry, if you can remember. Pero diba, parang many of us were surprised na main character pero nakain na kagad in Titan. The early episodes of that.
I think it was like 6, something like that. I don't remember. Well, he got eaten. Then all of a sudden, what? Big what? I don't know.
Yun yung diba? Yung parang plot twist.
I see our staff is also mentioning yung mga anime DVD na tig 50 pesos.
Actually, diba?
It's like, and now that I think about it, ano yung mga nalala kong anime na ganun? Like Inuyasha, they had like a 100 episodes in like a single DVD. Like
single DVD. Mga lagi ko rin nakikita sa Divisoria.
May chapter siya, ganun parang.
Mga
also the music. Yeah, there was also music in the background too when isa-select mo sa DVD player. Oh no.
Alam mo yan, dati tuwan-tuwa tayo. Pero but at this point, nakakatawa na lang siya. So parang, okay, sige.
I'm actually like very happy now. Like compared to before, like I'm glad, like okay, like all of a sudden people are just into anime now. It's like before I thought like Oh, that's just people used to think, oh, that's for kids or that's ganon. Yung parang, oh, these cartoons, parang ganon yung stereotype before. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, wait, there's actual like political dramas, actual like compelling stories and plot. People fight over stuff in Twitter and Facebook and so on. Everyone's just like, it's basically a zoo now. I kind of enjoy it.
Diba?
Oh, TV, you're like you input like about like if you see like your friends, like do you see them like talk about anime a lot?
Well,
all of a sudden, oh, I ship these, and then you're like, what the?
Vincent I mentioned, yeah, like, oh, there was this plot twist in the story, but I can't spoil it, guys. But it's so intense. You're like, okay. But like sometimes I hear
everyone's
about
just like looking at you. You're like, everyone's just looking like.
Sometimes I hear about how they're sa Attack on Titan specifically, they're like apologies discourse, like who this person is totally right on what they did, but it's so funny because like if I'm not mistaken, Attack on Titan, almost all, if not exactly all of the characters, they're all morally gray, so you have to accept na they have some flaws and they have some maybe like bad things, but there are also good stuff about them. So they really feel human, just like it's as if they really feel real.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting enough then kasi it was interestingly enough to think and wonder why did it become mainstream then? I mean, nasabi ko nga for plot twist and excitement, the hype. But talking behind it, talking the reason of it, why it was considered as mainstream, diba? Other than plot twist, what do you think? Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer pala rather. Ano yung parang interestingly enough sa kanila na do you think nagpa-mainstream sa kanila? Ate Bia?
For me, I think na-observe ko because like I said earlier, I'm from the Boku no Hero Academia fandom. So like, minsan nakakita ko ng crossover na art. Yeah, so like I think one thing is na nagkakaroon ng crossover na art with other popular fandoms. It makes you curious on what is this anime? I think I would want to watch that. And another thing is, aside from fan art, is yung mga memes, kasi of course in most anime you can't help but use them as meme templates. So especially on Attack on Titan, talagang nagiging meme material siya. So you will
Eren
ask
whispering
people,
behind your ear.
Yeah,
Tatak.
actually, di ba yung meme din yung about kay Erwin talking, or I think Erwin ba yun o si Levi?
Yeah.
Talking to
Erwin.
Eren, yung parang it's something that you won't understand.
You won't. Yeah.
Di ba?
That one lasted a while.
Exactly. So yung mga ganong moments yung sa'yo, no, Tibia?
So I think, yung ganon yung case naman, I think people like initially, like for Attack on Titan, I think it was that Studio Wit did a way too good of a job animating the show.
True.
At the time, like 2013, you'd never saw visuals like that before. It was it went way too hard because it's like, how are they animating that? What was the budget of the show? Parang ganun. Because it still looks good now. Like it looks even better than some anime now. Most anime now actually. So I think that kind of helped a lot in making it really popular. Also the fact that the characters are like endearing. They're also hot, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Naalala ko din yung sa Attack on Titan na 'di ba yung movements ng 3D maneuver gear?
Yeah.
Diba? Yung animation nun dati.
Or the Titans themselves, they genuinely look creepy. Like you're genuinely afraid. There's a sense of fear, and people at the time really like horror or some kind, whatever gore or whatever it was. Whatever people were like into like that kind of thing. So that's what maybe that could have helped with it, because it was completely different from most anime. It wasn't like you were like
it's more mature. Parang ganon.
Well, that too, but then it was just completely different from mature anime that had like a realistic story. It was either like if there was a movie called Perfect Blue about like an idol being like basically like stalked on the internet. Parang ganun. It's too realistic though. But then in Attack on Titan, it's like it's so outlandish, but it's so like it's too good. It looks cool. So
true. I mean, yung sabi mo din na ano, yung parang yung too unrealistic. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tama?
Outlandish.
Yeah, outlandish. Yeah, that's true. Pero if I have to say, there's one thing na I don't know, is it I would say realistically possible, yung how politics were running throughout the anime, through the plot.
If I remember correctly too, yeah, they did get the politics. At first, on Attack on Titan, it wasn't really like much of a political drama before. But in the later, that's why everyone was, I think that's why people started watching it again. Even though first three, I remember that season 2, everyone was like really disappointed because of how slow it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then season 3 came out, it became a political drama all of a sudden. Like it's transitioning. The show changes itself, and it's good at its change. That's why now, Attack on Titan, I'd consider would be like correct. As controversial of a take as this is, Attack on Titan is like an anime to make an anime of all anime. It's like it's one of those anime that you will never forget.
True.
For the rest of your life. Like no, you can't. It's made so much of an impact that it's basically ingrained. It's basically an icon on its own.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine this. Yung sinabi ni Ate Bea, paano siya na-hook into anime. How she was introduced to anime because of her dad. Imagine that. And then mapapasama niya yung parang yung meme. Alam mo yung meme na yung parang a kid or a son parang asking a dad, parang what is this? And then there's a tearful. Let me tell you a great story. It's definitely ano na yun. Definitely
they're holding your manga collection of Attack on Titan. It's like, what is this? And you're like,
diba?
Sit down.
So many memories.
You could say
that would be me if my kid found out that I had a JoJo collection. Like he had JoJo. Like,
JoJo.
Dad, what's this? Yare yare.
Yare design. And then suddenly bigla nagpalit ka na ng ano yun. Suddenly bigla nagpalit ka na ng damit. Yan nakagintan.
All of a sudden my hair is now mixed with my hat.
Suddenly you're buff, and suddenly you're sort intimidating aura.
May floating letters pa.
Yeah, floating letters.
Actually, okay.
Sound effect.
Going on that topic though, like right now in mainstream, like even in, okay, so in Japan, right? They people don't have much of an opinion. Like people rarely watch anime, despite it being Japan. That's more of a that's more of an otaku thing, right? That's a geek thing. People don't people are into that until Attack on Titan and Kimetsu no Yaiba. Those two anime, I think, turned like the culture of the like Japanese like geek culture. It kind of made a big expansion because of those two anime specifically.
Well, of course, it's not entirely just them. There are other animes that were like starting.
Oh, no, I'd tell you. No, specifically on Kimetsu no Yaiba's part, that thing blew up on Twitter like a bomb. That was like every person who like every normie friend I had who was Japanese got into Kimetsu no Yaiba. So it's like, what is happening?
Well, it's
No,
like suddenly
wait,
the
what?
world is talking about those
Kimetsu
two
no Yaiba.
animes. Uh-huh.
Specifically, oh yeah, at the time, yeah, also Attack on Titan, but only after the political drama thingy, they started doing that thingy.
Do you think
around last year?
do you think, can you say do you know why? I mean,
Why
bakit
Kimetsu no
biglang-
Yaiba?
Oh, I mean, bakit
Oh, cause
biglang? Kasi I mean,
that animation is
Attack
so
on Titan,
clean.
actually, yan yung naging reason din ba't ko pinanood yung kalaban niya, yung nakalimutan ko yung pangalan. Yung what do you call this? Yung episode na kung saan una niya pinakita yung, I forgot the move. Do you remember that move? Yung fire dance?
Yeah, Hinokami Kagura. Yeah, the Hinokami.
Hinokami Kagura. Yung first, di ba yun yung nag-clip na nag-boom throughout?
Yeah. That one clip made everyone watch Kimetsu no Yaiba. Like,
including me.
The context, like, for Ativia, it's like, imagine like everyone, this show was out for like 2 months already. Okay? Then all of a sudden, everyone is gonna watch it from start to finish. I think it has to do, Netflix had a lot to do with that too. I think.
For the means.
Like for them, like for the way people had to watch. I think it's like over the course of the, like, it's not even just because of the anime themselves. It's because of the platforms. Because everyone, it's not like they've made their own community, not just they don't have their own little circle anymore.
Yeah.
They've expanded to Netflix and YouTube and you can just watch that anywhere. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention this, but it's like, in YouTube right now there's like this company called Muse Asia that streams anime, like even seasonal anime, like Spy Family right now for free, and you can watch that every week, and that's insane. You had to pay for that, They had to pay for that kind of thing before, and now it's just streaming on YouTube. Like, what? For free?
Muse Asia, tsaka may isa pa Anime 1 ba yun?
Or like, anime Espanol sub, parang ganun.
Diba?
They used to be just like that, and you're like, no, not again, But now there's proper sub. Heck, there's multi sub now. Like there's like for multiple languages. For like if you're Chinese, there's Chinese subs. There, Malaysia, for Malaysia as well. Like it's so.
Naalala ko
Man.
actually yung yung parang yung you had to you download stuff. First episode, English ng subtitle, and then afterwards, di ba na i-check lahat ng episode na yun pagka-download mo. Makikita mo, iba na yung subtitle.
Yeah,
So parang
exactly. 14-year-old me would slap me right now. He'd beat me up. You have no idea what I had to go through. Like, I had to download like uTorrent and everything. Like, imagine like dude, like, oh my god,
Ikaw ba, Tibia, have you experienced something like that? Yung kahit at least mag-download ng ng anime sa Torii. Kasi ako hindi. I never downloaded. Nanghingi ako, yes. Friends. Ikaw ba?
I haven't downloaded, but like mentioned ko earlier, my dad introduced anime to me. I think what he did was his friend was the one who downloaded the anime. Tapos, so my English sub na kasama yung anime na mga pinapanood namin. So, I don't know what kind of hassle his friend had to go through, but I'm pretty sure it must have been as difficult as what you guys had gone through.
Legit, an actual Tito anime. My god.
Parang asaya nun, no? Yung parang influence direct na. Parang, sige nga, may ano pa po ba? Tapos parang pagka nagtanong ka, may nakakausap ka na about doon. Or,
it's like,
nakausap mo na ba yan, TV? Like, halimbawa, nakausap mo sila, pinakakwento mo regarding the anime and stuff.
No, my dad would just mention, my friend downloaded this for me, so we're going to watch this, and we're going to go through my childhood now.
True. Okay, this might be like back to the question or topic itself. Pero, since nabanggit na rin naman natin si Demon Slayer having a very smooth and clean art style.
Yeah.
Do you think it's too colorful for its theme plot or just enough?
Oh, to be honest, it's so the studio, right? It's called Ufotable. They're known for that kind of thing. So they've been making, if you guys know what the Fate series, they've been making the Fate series since since Fate Zero, if anyone knows that show.
Yeah, I know that it's Fate timeline is very.
Yeah, I know the complete Fate. I'm not driving. I know that by heart now. I mean, I'm kind of a madman. But anyway, so that studio basically is known for having really clean animations, like how Rip Wallet. Yeah, it's like almost insane because it's they used a combination of 3D and 2D like animation. Like they draw over the 3D to make it look to do transitions that you never seen before. And now they combined it with their breathing styles, which is like, oh my god, like whoa, that's so vibrant. Like what is that? You know, like when Tanjiro uses his water breathing, you see like a Hokusai's great wave of Kanagawa. You know that art style, that painting, that tidal wave painting. Everyone knows but nobody knows the name of because I don't know.
Actually napaisip ako doon nung habang pinapanood ko rin yun. Parang these waves can be seen by the characters.
Yes.
In their world, or just yun lang yung feeling, pero visually pinapakita sa atin syempre. Pero
yeah, they're showing us. I think they said like it's not actually like there.
Pero
but then people
feel.
say it's like they're drawing out the energy, something like that. With their breathing, they're drawing out that visual. Like that's what they. I have no idea how it works because how does it work with Zenitsu if he's going really fast? It's supposed to be like everyone knows. Like, but I think it should be like both. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't remember.
I think nagkaroon din one of the reasons then kung bakit naging mainstream din sila is both anime does not focus on romance nor relationships, but the fan base community they ship people so sa di mo asahan, di ba? Or like at least they consider the rejected
They will definitely know about shipping.
Di ba? I mean sige sa Attack on Titan, di ba? They after I forgot kung anong specific season, pero after a few seasons parang sinasabi nila na okay, they are talking about how Eren is not giving much attention to Mikasa. Di ba? They're shipping it. I mean, yeah, masayang nga. But the anime is not focusing on romance. And I think actually there's a statement from, I don't know if it's true kasi sa Facebook ko lang siya nalaman and through edited picture or parang meme na parang sinasabi niya he doesn't want to focus on romance. He just focus on to politics and reality as much as possible. And di ba?
Yeah, but it's very interesting that even though these kinds of animes, they usually focus on other topics, pero the fandom would still somehow insert romance into them.
I mean, basically romance is like the flavor of the fan base community.
Your first anime, My Hero, is very guilty of that.
Yes, I know.
Urara kagad, di ba? So, ano ba tawag dito? Di ba yung thing din na, ano pa ba? Sa bukod actually kay Eren and Mikasa, sino pa ba yung mga shinship within the AO2 universe or world? Si Jin ata yun, tsaka si si Levi Hanji. Yes, actually. Pati si Jin.
Armin Anya for sure.
Armin Anya nagpakita na siya. I think this would be spoiler alert for some who haven't watched the latter episodes of Shingeki no Kyojin. Pero 'di ba yung part where Armin is always visiting Anne. Tama ba? Anne nga ba pangalan? Ano mo? I'm bad at names, at remembering names. An ba yun? Tama ba? Ayan. So, di ba, yung lagi niya binibisita. So, parang hindi ko alam kung plano talaga yan ni Isayama or ginawa niya na lang yun dahil because of the fan base. What do you think? What do both of you think? Planned talaga yun or dahil lang sa fan base?
I think kasi sometimes nakikita ko na nagkakaroon ng ship dahil sa fan base, but I think na in something like Attack on Titan, it's possible for na may influence yung fan base, but at the end of the day, it's still the creator's decision mismo. Kung isip niya, does it feel canon to me? Kasi syempre, at the end of the day, yun yung mas importante, if it feels real or canon. Kasi if it's for somehow, alam din mismo ng fan base na pinilit lang for fan service.
Yeah. Speaking of pinilit, I won't spill much details about the ending of Kimetsu no Yaiba. I won't, but I just have to say na I am kind of feeling that atmosphere or vibe sa dulo. Para siyang pinilit. Well, I understand naman why, because do sa manga may sinabi doon yung author na I forgot kung lalaki o babae yung author niya. Basta ayun na yung author sinabi niya he or she had to stop or rush things kasi he or she had to go back to the basta umalis ng Tokyo. I forgot kung ano yung lugar na babalikan niya na province ng Japan. Basta he had to go back due to family reasons. So, I mean, 'di ba? Nasa peak na yung Kimetsu no Yaiba, and it showed na it can sustain its interesting vibe or things sa plot, 'di ba? It can sustain, pero hindi siya natuloy kasi ngayon family reasons and stuff. And do you think ba marami bang natutuwa or medyo dismayado sa mga pangyayari or how things are going with Shingeki no Kyojin or Attack on Titan? Any of you?
For Shingeki no Kyojin, its ending it's less I don't know if I can say rushed. That's like a take. That's a take kasi. Because how ending a manga that's like the hardest thing about making a manga, to be honest with you. When you end a manga, that means tying up every loose knot you have. And that's
True.
Not I mean, if you have the time, but making a manga is hard. Like, even if you're doing a monthly manga, that takes like, well, that's like that's all you do for an entire month. And if you make too many chapters, like for example, like
One Piece.
Yeah.
I mean, I love One Piece.
Yeah.
I can feel
for One
its
Piece,
ending.
it's like but then Attack on Titan too. You're supposed to maybe for his case, like for example, because you're given a deadline, obviously, to end the manga. So you have to, for example, you have to end all these in like 20 chapters. Like how are you supposed to do that? Like I don't know. Like that, I think that's also the case for Kimetsu no Yaiba actually. Like the ending, a lot of people really don't like the ending because, well, you know,
Including me.
I think that's more on the part of the industry rather than the authors being incompetent.
No, I wouldn't call it incompetency kasi reasonable din naman
That's
yun.
what some people say for sure. I'm pretty sure.
That's true. How about you, TV? What's your take on this?
I think in pretty much any piece of fiction, if you have to put an end to it, it would be very hard, especially something like yung Attack on Titan na mentioned kanina since 2013 pa. So imagine for ilang years na yon, and then you have to end it somehow, and you're like, how am I going to end it? It was so long, and I have to go back to every single previous issue to like tie up the loose ends. So that's nabanggit kanina.
True. Diba? Parang we have to, I mean, to be honest, when tying up loose ends, at some point biglang doon na ayaw hindi ko pala to resolve.
I'll tell you like this. Most of these manga authors don't know if their work is gonna blow up or not.
Yeah, that's
True.
So they have, so of course, like if they okay, for to assume like, okay, you're a manga author and you give yourself a story and you have a framework, right? You have like a start and then you end. There's an end. You want to end it within this many chapters. Like for example, like 50 chapters. Like what some manga, like underrated manga do. It's like they end it in 50 chapters and it's clean. But then for shonen, typically shonen, the really popular ones like Attack on Titan and Kimetsu no Yaiba, all of a sudden they're being asked to pump more and more and more and more until they made too many like plot points that they can't tie up. Like that kind of thing. Like it's like I kind of feel bad. So right now, I kind of feel bad for Ativia because Horikoshi, I have no idea where Boku no Hero is going right now.
Me neither. Stop na ako. I'm like, I don't think this is canon anymore. I reject this.
Sa akin naman kasi, I think it's nearing the end na, given how the plot or
I believe it's in its final arc, but I have no idea where it's going.
It's funny then kasi at first I was like, this is cool. I can't even remember the bridge parts for after the anime. I jumped into manga. I forgot what happens after the anime. I think then in relation to that, would you both agree if I say na the thing important in every story or plot, especially like in anime or manga, first the early parts, especially the first episode, as to how it will pique your interest or bigla mo ma-feel na, okay, I already know this trope. It's just the same copy of it is different. I mean, it is different, pero still you can somehow predict what would happen in the plot, the characters, etc. Diba?
What a
take. So diba? And then
spicy
at the end,
take right there.
And then at the end,
I kind of agree though. Yeah.
At the end, as to how you would please the fan, please your story. Please
your superiors.
Actually, these are superiors. Tapos, ano din, yun nga yung how to tie up loose ends, please community, and how you will be remembered. Or how the anime will be remembered at some point. Yun yung parang pinaka-importante. Kasi, katulad sa akin, I don't even remember much of the things in between. Pero first and the last, yun yung mga pinaka-naaalala mo. And I think one of the main reasons why these two anime are then considered mainstream or has been part of the mainstream things. Kasi they, bukod yung sa fandom, sa entering stuff, they are not or they are not common things. Do you agree with that? Na they're unique.
Yeah.
They're unique in a way. They're unique in a way na hindi ko masabi kasing iba walang katulad kasi I don't know much anime yet na to compare them. Pero I would say na yes, they're unique enough to be part of the mainstream or to be mainstream.
Can I tell you, like as someone who's been in fandoms of anime that aren't mainstream at all, like those who so I'm, as I said, like I'm part of the Fate fandom as well, like, you know, I think that's mainstream but in a different way. I also got into, let's see, you guys know about Love Live? You know that show?
Love Live? No, I know that anime. I can see in the
Toho as well. Yeah. When I got into those, Oh my god.
Wait. Love Live ba yung may Nico ni?
Yes.
Okay. Yun lang alam ko doon. Hindi ko alam yung ba doon.
Actually, let me flex this right now. I have a Nishiki no Maki pillow right here. But I don't know if I can like flex it.
Itapat mo lang sa part mo.
Nakita namin ang part.
Ayan.
Yeah, there you go.
Very quick.
Very quick. I am too embarrassed to show that, but yeah, it's a small pillow.
Embrace it. Embrace it.
I'll hug it right now. There she is. But I don't think I can flex it. There's her little hat. I am Maki. One of our staffs. Maki, my beloved. Yes. I have two Nesoberries. I have two Nesoberries of her. But yeah, if you get into a specific fandom, like it's in this case for everyone who gets into, it's this case for every form of media. It's like when you get into something, there are gonna be these parts where you're gonna be like very critical of not just that one, but also others that are being compared to it. You know, like Marvel, like that kind of thing. Like, you know, those Marvel fandoms, very ferocious when it comes to like Marvel movies they don't like. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, still, it is fun and interesting enough.
Anime as a medium, it's so broad. It's too broad. You can't just. Everyone has a spot. Everyone has like this specific thing. They could be watching Attack on Titan, and people would and some people would call that normie, but I don't think it is. That's just a different space. There's a lot of people. It's mainstream, sure, but it doesn't mean you're normie. You know, that kind of thing. I don't have that. Just because you have I don't know, you watch something like and I'll say just because you like stuff like Love Live or Girls on Panzer or Toho doesn't mean you're weird either. Though.
Actually, parang 'di ba dati pag nanonood ka ng anime and stuff, parang hindi naman sa kinahihiya ka, pero it's like suddenly you are being labeled na okay, this is nerdy geek stuff.
Yeah. That used to be me, dude. Like that's 2012. I was so freaking afraid. I was so scared.
Exactly.
I was scared for my life.
Pero 'di ba?
The uncle that shows up into your room and then sees you watching I don't know, like a romance anime, and he's like, "What's that? Why are you watching girl?"
Exactly.
And I'm just like, "Oh my god," you know.
Don't be shame. Pero here's the thing. Kaya siya, pero tinan mo ngayon, it's like watching anime is already a normal thing. Yeah. It's a good thing then if you know much. Pero dati, diba? So,
okay, I'm gonna ask you to this actually.
What?
I'll ask you. You two are fairly new though in anime, right? You two only consumed it in your high school days, right? Or somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
What? Was there any line of shame getting into it or no? Like any compared to me like back then, where I was getting like I just got into the like deep weeb phase, you know, like the really deep like like I'm looking through like websites and forums and stuff. Do you guys have like, were you guys like any at all like embarrassed if your parents found out, oh, you're watching that kind of thing, you know, or no?
For me, I don't think that there's such thing. Well, in terms of family kasi nanonood ako, nakakatawa, actually tinatawanan lang ako eh. Kasi yung elder sister or eldest sister ko dito, pinanood, ang marinig naman sa kanila Korean. Tapos sa akin pinapanood ko Japanese. So parang tinatawanan lang kami na iba't ibang lingwahe na yung narinig sa bahay namin. Tapos, another thing na pinagtatawanan pa is yung how ridiculously physics are applied in anime. Hey, come on, running upwards the wall. Come on.
Oh.
How about you, Tia?
Well, hindi naman kasi sa school namin. Sa school namin mga kaklase ko, they're also into anime. Maybe even more into anime than I am, because like if lahat naman kami naka-uniform, but some would be like wearing anime-related jacket or bag nila, or sometimes even bringing manga to school. So like, so it wasn't really something to be shamed on. But as for at home, minsan parang sasabihin na it's pambata yung anime since it's animated, but like at the same time, for example, if it was Attack on Titan, you see very dark themes and they're going to be like, pambata yan, why are you watching childish shows?
Exactly. Now go ahead.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, and then if, for example, there was gore or something, and then you're gonna be just staring awkwardly at them while they're still thinking that it's pambata, even while there's blood and violence and everything.
Fan service.
Diba? I mean,
buti lang wala naman yung fan service mga napapanood ko, so like I'm safe for that part.
You should not be safe from that. Pero, di ba, yung sabi nila ng anime for kids. Okay, sige. Panood mo nga yung anime sa bata. There's betrayal, there's gore, there's blood everywhere. I mean, okay, yes, hindi siya berserk level, pero still.
You would not want to show that to a kid.
Exactly.
Well, we start them young. Start to initiate them.
Parang na-imagine ko nga to if
I will show my 5-year-old another.
I remember suddenly the initiation prank of older people in the community watching. Sinasuggest nila sa mga bago. I won't dwell much into that because that's something. Pero 'di ba imagine kay Ate Via. 'Di ba? I mean, but sa Ate Via, it's his dad who's influencing her.
Yeah.
Or at least it started to influence her. Ako kasi, ang pinaka naging starting point ko, student teacher nung high school. And I was like given a Death Note book. Dapat kinumpleto ko yung Death Note book. Dapat kinumpleto ko. Pero ayun, doon nakasulat lahat ng mga
imagine yun yung noisy list. Yung noisy tsaka standing.
Lahat may utang sa akin. Pero ayun, doon nakasulat, sinusulat ko doon dati yung mga anime na natapos ko na. And then, meron siya sa akin binigay na list ng mga recommended anime niya.
Wait, you wrote anime that you finished on your Death Note?
Yeah. Dati.
Are some of these anime like canceled? Like they're not there anymore. Like they don't have a second season.
No.
Did you write No Game No Life into that notebook? Because I swear to God, is this your fault?
Actually,
is this the reason why No Game No Life has no season 2?
No Game No Life definitely in there. Even Campion, even the ones that are not really famous or known. Ano lang siya, yun lang yung mga 12 episode season 1 lang na minsan nakakabitin and just as is lang. Diba? Service purpose. Well, isa din ako sa nag-aantay ng No Game No Life. And I think yung natapos yung time na pinanood ko No Game No Life is may rami na nag-aantay ng and then isa din ako syempre na napasama sa April Fools na running joke na uy may next season na ang No Game No Life. I was like search ako yun. Pagtingin ko sa kalendaro April 1 top 10 anime betrayal feels.
Dahil sa No Game No Life, I started to read light novels kasi syempre yung di na yan mangyayari, light novel na lang para ma-continue story.
Okay, light novel. That's actually, you know what? That's actually another level that I don't think some weebs or otakus like get into either. Mm-hmm. There are some good ones like Mushoku Tensei, if anyone knows that one. Jobless Reincarnation. That has a good light novel. And nobody is like, everyone's just waiting for the anime and the manga's not done yet either, and the anime has got up to the manga as well. It's kind of
True. Diba? So, I think uh relating to these two anime, the Kimetsu no Yaiba and Demon Slayer, ano pa yung mga ma-recommend yun anime recommendation? I mean, yes, we have mentioned a lot of animes other than these two. Pero, for you ba, ano yung mga anime, at least top 3, top 5, do you think, anime recommendations? Mas maganda if same genre.
Fate's there. I'm kidding. Fate.
The Fate series is actually messed up for me, the timeline. Like, the timeline is so messed up.
Yeah.
Yun yung feeling kong hindi ko magets, kaya hindi ko na sinasagang panoorin.
Yeah, don't.
Hindi, may napanood naman ako yung ano ba tawag dito? Fate Zero, and then yung after nun, yung sumunod na generation nun. And I think napanood ko rin yung movie ng Grand Order, yung pinaka first pa ata, yung introduction thing. Yung inintroduce pa lang yung may shield na
Yeah.
And
What?
Apocrypha ata yung mentioned doon.
Oh, you see the Apocrypha? Oh, okay. Wow, what a weird.
So yun yung
watch
mga napanood
order.
ko, pero hindi ko pinapanood yung mga yung mga shield. Diba? Pero hindi ko pa napapanood yung the rest na para masunod yung time. Hindi ko na iniintindi. Kasi basta same trope naman siya na okay, there's the priest who has like exempted from the rules at some point and became the villain at some point. Diba?
That's so cool.
I remember anime having a gender bender. Sa AOT ba meron gender bender? In Kimetsu no Yaiba? I mean, okay, Kimetsu no Yaiba si Muzan. Gender bender siya. Admit. And I'll say it. I'll put it on the table. Gender bender siya, yes. It got me confused as well.
Anime Michael Jackson got me down bad.
Oh,
Yeah, ayun. Sabi nila direct, sila Inosuke. Oo nga naman, Inosuke is even though he's a man, he has a beautiful face.
Beautiful.
Like, it's like a face of a girl and then suddenly revealed. Actually, do you know that the one who voiced Inosuke is the one who voiced Usopp? Am I correct? Or hindi? Kirito. I think
Yes,
yeah.
Kirito.
Usopp, and Inosuke.
I don't know about Usopp. Wait, Usopp is not so good.
Tama ba?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Tama, Kirito.
Is it actually?
Sword Art
Is it?
Online.
Yeah, Kirito. Diba tapos parang yung boss ayan.
You would recognize his voice. He's also Kazuma from.
Kazuma.
Why did I forget the name all of a sudden?
The Kazuma rings a bell. Pero hindi
No.
malala. Kazuma.
Kazuma from. No, dang it. Why did I remember? Why did I forget?
Naalala ko lang Kazuma isa sa sa
Konosuba. There we go. Konosuba. There we go.
Okay.
Konosuba. There we go.
Okay. Naalala kong Kanosuba. Naalala kong Kazuma sa sa volleyball, yung dang it.
Haikyuu?
Haikyuu. Yes, Haikyuu.
Collective mind.
Tama yan. Kami na direct collective mind block. Sabay-sabay tayo.
Like mass mind block instead of mass hysteria.
Di ba? So, well, okay. Do you guys agree that I think it's time to answer some of the questions?
Oh,
I think answer a
yes.
question. Do you think?
What do we have? Who has?
Wait. Before we jump pala to the question, so to the top, give at
anime
least 3 anime recommendations. Yes.
3 anime recommendations.
JoJo is shonen, but I think it's
JoJo is
somewhat,
a shonen if
yeah.
you think about it.
Well, I think
You're recommending JoJo, my God.
Why?
Well-
Why? Bakit? Actually, many people, many
Oh my God.
many of my friends are recommending JoJo, and I haven't watched JoJo yet. Why?
It's cool.
it's quite the experience, but I haven't really finished it, or like I've just watched a little, but like it's something else. Talagang
It's a
iba
show
siya.
you've never seen.
Yeah, it's like,
The memes, you'll
also
understand
the
them.
memes. Yeah, the memes. Like,
Ayun, doon ko siya mas kilala. Ang dami ko rin nakikitang memes ng Jojo. Di ba? Okay, so Jojo number 1. About ka, okay, OJ.
If it's no wait, I can't recommend JoJo's anymore. But I mean, uh,
I think one of sige, ako muna. One of the things that I would recommend and similar to this is Code Geass. Okay. So Code Geass. Alam mo ba yung TV?
I've heard of it, but I'm not really sure. I feel like I would have to figure out how to spell that.
It's alright. So balik Code
Okay.
Geass has a similarity to Death Note then, and if ano siya, parang katulad din siya ng AOT at some point. I mean, of course, yung theme niya hindi siya masyadong dark and gore, pero yung how they play a bit of politics, like a little bit lang, kasi it's like a game of chess, a game of mind games, and then mysteries. I would say mind thrilling at some point. And pinaka action nila doon is mech about that thing. So, diba? And hindi din siya masyadong dark colored theme. Lively yung colors niya. So, I think it's very good for ages below 15 or 12. Pero the plot, alam mo ba yun kay OJ? Yung Code Geass?
yeah, of course.
Do you think na ang 12 years old and younger would be able to understand the plot of Code Geass, or at least the games that they are playing with?
Okay. Wait. Sorry. So Code Geass. Wait. I cut off again. I keep cutting off because the internet is getting really bad here.
Yeah, it's right.
Thank you very much, Globe. You're very
Talk about
polite.
timing.
Yeah. Now that okay. So topic of Code Geass. Magnificent ending though. That's a good way to end an anime. That was a really good way. And then they made another season, so I don't know anymore.
Yun yung isa din sa mga thing na parang once you ended an anime, okay, satisfied ka how it ends, the feelings, tapos bigyan nilang magkakaroon ng revival, saying na okay, ito yung afterwards, ito yung nangyayari. Parang hindi naman siya sa nakaka-off, pero anong take nyo dun? Na ano ba siya? Okay ba siya sa inyo yung mga ganun?
Well, if we're going to talk about mind games na anime, or basta my psychological na element, I like those kinds of anime, especially since nabanggit kanina yung no game, no life. It's not just about being smart in games, but also being able to pull off these mind tricks so that you're able to be one step ahead of the opponent.
Yeah, definitely. Diba? Parang biglang nakaka-inspire maging matalino. Parang feeling mo tali-talino mo din. Diba? So, with that, I don't know. I think it's a good recommendation for them. JoJo. So now we have JoJo. Code Geass. How about you, Kyoji? Do you have an anime that you can recommend?
So if if we go psychological, I mean, there's so many like fandoms that I would recommend you guys to go into, like the Love Live series. Like I wouldn't let anyone go into that again, never again. So let's go with something that everyone would know. This is the top 1 anime in my anime list for a reason, but it's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, it's very iconic.
That show spewing with quality.
Okay, hindi ko pa napapanood yung
oozes
yung
quality.
Brotherhood, pero yung FMA na una, yun yung napanood ko lang. Okay. So now we have these recommendations. So guys, panoorin niyo yun. Magaganda sila. I think 3 of us could agree to call it masterpiece.
Yes.
Plot is
Very iconic.
Okay, so I think with that we can jump onto our question. So the question is, this is interesting. What's a weeb or otaku insult you received that you're proud of? I think this would refer to the thing you said a while ago, Kuya OJ. No, yung what's a weeb or otaku insult you received that you're proud of?
I'm proud of. It's quite. I mean, being called weeb isn't much of an insult anymore, though, compared to before. I mean, at the time of if you guys know Filthy Frank, those days of the internet, that used to be quite an insult back then. But now,
we embrace it.
We embrace it now.
Yun
So
nga eh.
yeah, I'm proud to be called the weeb now. That's like, what an
It's
honor.
a thing. Diba?
What an honor.
To be honest, dati hindi pa nga weeb ang tawag, otaku, diba? How about you, Tivia?
I haven't really experienced that kind of stuff since na-mention ko parang in my environment medyo accepted man siya, but like I guess weeaboo is still in some aspects it's still considered an insult, but in others it's like badge of pride. Is that the term for it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
actually,
ang saka naman I think yung fact na meron kang merch katulad kay Kuya OJ.
I don't really have merch, but like
same din, wala din ako merch, pero 'di ba parang
wala tayong pera eh.
pero kung tayo lang din within the community, pag may merch ka okay ka, ang mo so nakaka-proud ka. Pero pag sa iba parang you have a thing for that, 'di ba? I mean kanina 'di ba kay OJ pinapakita mo yung unan. Ay wait, I forgot what it's called. Hindi siya unan. Hindi lang unan ang tawag sa kanya. I forgot. There's a Japanese term for body pillow. Kuya OJ na
Takimakura.
Takimakura. I forgot how it's pronounced correctly. Pero ayun, 'di ba? It's something na gusto din natin, lalo na yung mga waifu or husband nyo. Naka-imprint sa isang side. So, I think those are the things na we can say that we are proud of, even though it started, or at least was supposed to be an insult. But then, jokes on you, we're already a joke. Okay, so for the next question, this is interesting actually. I'll just say the question. Okay. The usual popular anime are shonen. This is actually true. But recently, the most popular are slice of life or rom-com animes like Dress Up Darling, Love is War, and Spy Family. Do you think this genre has a potential to overtake shonen? This is actually very interesting very exciting to answer. But the answer to that question will be answered next episode.
Segue.
Yes, definitely. You know why? Next episode we'll talk about love, romance, and stuff. Next episode. So guys,
that we definitely encourage you to watch that because we'll be talking about a romance anime. Everyone loves those. Everyone loves those kind of anime, don't they? When they Dress Up Darling. Woo! Let's go.
For the plot.
So
for the plot.
We watch them from the plot. So guys, watch our next episode and we will talk about all those stuff. Well, I guess there you have it. That's a wrap for this episode, and join us next time, and we encourage you to share questions again with us in the next episode. Again, I am Charles from Behavioral Science.
I'm OJ from Marketing Management.
And I am Via from Behavioral Science.
And this is Into the Torii Gate, the Thomasian Nihon Kyoukai podcast. Signing out. Bye!
Bye-bye!